This is a preview from a texture control masterclass. To truly control textured hair, it all begins at the shampoo conditioning stage. You want to begin by using a sulfate-free shampoo that is appropriate for the hair density and the hair fiber diameter. If the hair is fine and thin, then you'll want a lightweight sulfate-free shampoo. If the hair is thick, coarse, or damaged, you want a richer, heavier sulfate-free shampoo. You allow the towel to absorb the water from the hair. You don't want to rub the hair with the towel. You don't want to roughen the cuticle on textured hair. The reason we use sulfate-free shampoos is because we want to maintain the integrity of the cuticle layer. We want to keep it closed. Those detergent-based shampoos lift the cuticle and leave the hair fiber rough and abraded, and that distorts the curl pattern. This client's hair is fine and her density is medium. Right in the front fringe area, though, it's a little thinner in density. She's been wearing the keratin treatment for years. During the lockdown, though, her hair had a chance to grow out. You can see the keratin left on the ends. We cut most of it out. I wanted to use her as an example because a shampoo set is a perfect transition hairstyle when you're growing out of anything, growing out of a relaxer, growing out of a keratin, growing out of a hair color, or just growing your hair, period. A shampoo set is a perfect protective hairstyle. I'm applying the leave-in conditioner to the outer surfaces of the hair first. You want to absorb as much excess water from the hair before you apply the leave-in conditioner because the excess water will dilute the conditioning product. Now you notice I'm not using a comb. I'm applying the conditioning product to textured hair with my hands. I'm using my fingers to smooth and distribute the product because I want to make sure the product stays on the hair fiber. I want the hair fiber to absorb the leave-in conditioning product. I applied it to the outside first so it could start the detangling process. And then I go in with my fingers to part and section so that I have control and I can make sure all areas of the hair get the leave-in conditioner applied evenly. And it doesn't matter what your hair texture is. It could be big old fat glorious afro puff hair or it could be fine thin ringlets. This is how you apply leave-in conditioner and detangle textured hair. It all begins with the sectioning. You use your fingers and your hands on textured hair. I recommend starting with the standard 5-section panels. That gives you control. You have the nape area, the back area, the 2 front sides, the top or crown area, and the bangs or the fringe area. A lot of times with textured hair, you can't get a comb through to make partings. That's why you use your fingers to start the detangling process. Now, this is the modern, pain-free way to detangle textured hair. Now that I've applied the leave-in conditioner to the outer layers of the hair and I've allowed that to sit for a couple of minutes to absorb into the hair and to detangle on its own. Now I'm going into the inner layers. I'm using my fingers for large, broad sections. This is the front left panel, and you see here I have the conditioner on both sides of my hair and I'm smoothing the conditioner down the hair shaft with my hands. That's how you apply conditioner to textured hair. You have the conditioner on your hands and you smooth it onto the hair fibers. What you're doing is you're smoothing and you're calming the cuticle layers and you're allowing the product to stay on the hair fibers. When you comb through the hair, when you use a comb and comb the conditioner through, just look at the comb. Most of the conditioning product is on the comb. You comb the product off the hair when you use the comb to distribute the product. So with textured hair, and like I said before, with textured hair, a lot of the time it's so big to begin with that you can't even comb it. So you use your hand, you apply the appropriate leave-in conditioner, and you let the conditioner sit. You allow the conditioner to do its thing before you even go in and start the actual partings. Now that we've distributed the leave-in conditioner and it's been absorbed into the hair and it's done its thing, it's softened the hair, it smoothed the cuticles so it will be easier to detangle. You see how I'm using the tail end of a wide tooth comb? You don't want to part with the teeth of the comb. That just creates more tangles. And it really is true. If you start detangling from the tips of the hair, from the bottom of the hair, and work your way up, the hair will detangle so easily. When you start at the root and you try to drag the comb down the hair with the tangles in it, you just drag the tangles all the way down the hair shaft, and eventually the hair breaks and is left in the comb. Sure, you got the tangles out, but the hair is left in the comb. It's broken off. Now, in the past, they thought girls with textured hair, it just didn't grow, and that's not true. Biologically, all hair grows an average of a half an inch per month. In the past, we didn't have the proper products or tools or understanding to maintain textured hair. So what would happen, as much as the hair would grow, the hair would be broken off simply during the shampoo phase. They'd use those detergent shampoos, and then they'd use those balsams, which was nothing but a fabric softener. So that would over soften the hair and cause it to break. The outer layers of the hair, the epicuticle, the exocuticle, once they're raised, once you use those cheap detergent shampoos and conditioners, they raise the cuticle layer. And when the cuticle layer is raised and abraded, once the hairs slide past each other, they snag. Okay, it's like fish scales sliding past each other in opposite directions. That causes the hair to tangle and snag. Now, this works on children as well as adults. Detangling is all about nourishing, calming, and soothing the cuticle layer. Make sure you stay tuned to our next video. We're going to actually show you the perm rod roller set. We'll show you the tension that was used. You'll see whether the rollers were placed on base, off base, over directed, under directed. We get into all of that in our next video. Or you can simply click the link and go to our website to see the actual roller placement video at beautywellnesshaircare.com. Once you navigate to our website, just look for the masterclass link.